Hello everyone, Dolphin Oracle back again tonight. They've been working up a new utility, and it's probably come down to your regular updates if you've been doing your updates. It's called MX Boot Options. Let me just show that to you here. MX Tools, MX Boot Options. This runs at root level because it does a bunch of stuff to help you get your boot menu customized, among other things. So what do we have here? This is basically, if you ever use Grub Customizer, this is basically kind of a quick and dirty method of getting to some of the things that a lot of our users really wanted, but Grub Customizer is kind of overkill for it. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a look at this. Now, first thing you'll see, it gives you a menu timeout. That's how long the menu stays on the screen before, before it times out and goes to whatever the default menu entry is. So you can see by default, my default menu entry is MX17 Horizon, but we have all sorts of other options. You can choose sub-menu items from the advanced menus if you wish. You can choose other options that may be available in the Grub menu already. Now, this is great if you wanted to choose something else to be your default, but still have Grub be controlled by your MX installation. It's very nice. So you can also check this box here to have it save whatever you chose last will be the new default later. So let's say you've got 3 or 4 different Linuxes, or maybe you have Windows installed. So if you go through the menu and you select Windows, for instance, and then the next time you boot, Windows will automatically be the default. Now, that's pretty handy if you're doing things like updates or things like that, and it just cycles back around. It comes right back to where it was. I'm going to leave MX as my default choice, but you can feel free to choose it. Now, something else. Now, I happen to like use flat menus, because use flat menus takes everything from those advanced menus and puts it into the up top menu. So you don't get those options are hidden. Everything's in the top, aren't hidden anymore. All the options are in their top level. So I'm going to click that. Now it's going to update Grub. Why is it going to update Grub immediately when you do this? Because the menu options for the boot to are different whether you have flat menus or not flat menus, so it has to rebuild it. And you'll notice that my Windows Boot Manager, which wasn't there before, is now. If you watched my installer video, you'll remember that sometimes on my computer Windows doesn't show up on the first boot. I don't know why. On the first when Grub is first installed, I don't know why, but usually a second update, Grub takes care of it. So I think it may only be the case on the UEFI boots. I'm not sure how about that. But anyway, since it updated Grub to convert to flat menus, my window shows up. Okay. Now, one of the things people use Grub Customizer for is changing the background on the menu. So I'm going to change the background on mine. We have this background button here, and I am going to change it to none of those. I'm going to use this one. The same as my Dalek wallpaper. And then we also have 3, I'll get Splash here in a minute. I'm going to come back to that. We also have messages, which are you have very detailed, which basically takes the quiet boot command out of the Grub boot menu entry. So messages that are normally hidden during our boot will show up, mostly kernel messages and events, things like that. Detailed is the default. That's what you see anyway. All the init messages come through. And then limited actually will hide all those init messages except for warnings and certain informational ones, and dump everything else into a different log file. And then we have a log file, a display log button. So if you want to see the log of your last boot, this will do that for you. And then you can always copy and paste whatever you want to copy and paste. And it says press any key to close, so press any key to close. It's just displaying whatever the last log file was. Most of these log files, it kind of depends on how things are booting, where the log is taken. Now, let's get back to Splash, because Splash is new. MX has often been, I won't say criticized, but I will say it has often been a question of why we don't have a boot splash, or an image hiding all of our scrolling boot text. A lot of people don't want to see the boot text. Okay, fine. The live system is still going to have the boot text because we think it's important, number one, and number two, Well, we think it's important, and that's our default system. We're going to leave it that way. But if you enable Splash here, first off, you're going to get a pop-up message that says, Plymouth is not currently installed. Do you want to go ahead and install them? Plymouth is what provides that boot splash functionality. It provides a few other things. It actually does some of the logging in this case. Does a few other things. So you want to install those? Yes, I want to install those. It is going to take a minute, and there's not much in the way of output here, but there is a little flashing toolbar to let you know if things are happening. It's going to install this through the normal apt-get process, so if you decide later you don't want it installed, you can remove it. I believe the help file even tells you what packages are actually being installed. And of course, all this, there's telling you now what package is being installed. Plymouth, Plymouth X11, Plymouth themes, and some MX themes. Most of these themes were either packaged by Debian or were themes that were downloaded elsewhere from the internet, and then some of our users customized them. There's, generally speaking, original source information in the theme folder under /user/Plymouth/themes, I do believe. Okay, so you see we now have items in our theme that we can choose, and I am going to choose I'm going to choose Dandelion MX. Now on first boot, now there was a message that flashed, but on first time you install Plymouth, the preview button might not work. I'm going to hit it. If it doesn't work, then I'm just going to do a quick reboot and come back to this. Let's see what happens. Plymouth was just installed. You might need to reboot. Yeah, okay, fine. We'll see what happens, if anything. Yeah, nothing. That's what I thought. It's not going to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and hit the apply button. Since I changed to flat menus and I changed my background, I'm going to go ahead and hit apply on that. And it's going to do its thing. Now it's going to say updating the init RAM FS. That's because Plymouth takes the theme information, crams it into the initial RAM file system, and that's actually what boots your system, gets the rest of your system up and running. Okay. And now we're updating Grub so that we get the background image. It's done. I'm going to pause. I'm going to come right back, and we'll see if we can preview those themes. Okay, we're back after a reboot, and I'm just going to tell you, when I rebooted, my Grub menu did have my nice little Dalek wallpaper here sitting up front, and then I did get our Dandelion theme, which hopefully I'll be able to show you now with the preview function. So boot options, root level, yes, fine. Okay, so we can hit preview, and we should see, hopefully you're seeing this in the video, the Dandelion theme. And we can do that with all the themes. Changing and previewing doesn't change it. You don't have to update the init RAM/FS just to view it. You can click around. So there's different ones. Let's check out the MX Linux one. Yeah, this is just the boot. This is the wallpaper Ghost 67 did as a grayscale. Let's see, we got some others here. We got let's take Elegant. I forget what Elegant is. Oh yes, it was a different wallpaper. With the MX logo. Okay, some of those are very simple. I mean, we didn't go crazy, but a few of them we got from Dandelion was a Dandelion one that was originally customized for MX. It existed previously, is what I'm trying to say. Greatest is another one like that. I like this one myself because of the effect is kind of neat. I kind of like it, and I think there's a percentage one that's kind of cool. Let's see. Yeah, so you get these percentage countdown as you log in with that same little starburst effect there at the end. So anyway, there is the short, and that's the details. That's the overview of MX boot options. Should come automatically to you guys. You should have it already in the latest updates. It's just one more expansion in the MX Tools family. And honestly, for the 3 or 4 things that most people want to do, well, I'm not going to fall into the most people trap. Okay, users are crazy and unpredictable, and I love you all. I don't know what you want to do, but this simplified subset of Grub Customizer functions satisfies everything I needed to do, and maybe it'll satisfy everything you needed to do, and you won't have to mess with Grub Customizer. Okay, that's it for MX Boot Options. Thanks Adrian and all the guys that worked on that. For tips, tricks, and how-tos, head over to mxlinux.org or throw up a post at forum.mxlinux.org. This is Dolphin Oracle signing off. Have a great day.